Hello friends, I am L.C. Ujede, Assistant Professor Shri Gnanesh Mahadale Navarga. Today we are going to learn a topic, an introduction to communication, which is prescribed in 5th semester BA third year. In introduction to communication, we can discuss about what is communication. First of all, communication is nothing but it is an exchange of thoughts, facts, ideas, opinions or emotions. Communication is taken place between two or more persons. We find that communication almost consume nearly 70% of the working time. The word communication is derived from Latin word communis. That is, the meaning of that word communis is sharing of information. Communication takes place in all the walks of life. For example, translation, then teaching, learning, technology, business, in interview, in speech, at home. So almost daily life, in all the walks of life, communication takes place. We can define communication. First of all, William Newman and Charles Summer, they have given the definition of communication like this. They say that communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions or emotions by two or more persons. Then we have another definition by Peter Leiter. He says it's a process by which information is transmitted between individuals and public or organizations so that an understanding response results. Then how communication takes place? Communication is done through either words or even facial expressions as well as body language also. Then we find that in the area of fields like learning process, even at home, with friends, in the process of interviews, speeches, TV, radio, everything, we find that communication is there. Then listening is also important in communication. There are various listenings like empathic listening, then attentive listening is important. Selective listening is important. Sometimes ignoring also important. There is a quote by William Shakespeare, "Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice." Then there are factors, that is elements or components in communication. There are 5 factors in communication. These are like this. Sender is there, then receiver is there, message, channel and feedback. These are the factors of communication. The communication process takes place this way. Look at the screen. There is sender, there is a receiver also. Then the message and feedback is going on between them. And we also find in between hindrances. So sometimes hindrances are also there in communication. There is channel, context, all those things are there in the process of communication. Being conscious to each of these elements is essential for effective communication. Then there is a sort of a joke. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. What is the meaning of this quote? The meaning of this quote is that listen double of what you speak. Then the important topic is objectives of communication. So there are various types of objectives of communication. For example, to convey or receive information, this is one of the most important objectives. Then to give and take advice, orders, suggestions. Then to persuade people. Then to educate people. To raise a moral purpose. These are also important objectives of communication. Then to share and understand stress, feelings and anxieties. These are also objectives. Then to entertain self and others. This is also important objectives of communication. Then to exchange the ideas, of course, and to control performance. These are the objectives of communication. Then let us turn to moving on to next topic, that is types of communication. Verbal and non-verbal communication, then formal and informal communication. In our syllabus, we have next 4 communications. These are like this: vertical communication, then horizontal, diagonal and grapevine communication. So these all 4 are important for us in examination point of view. See, this is the diagram which can give more deliberation about communications. Then let us discuss one by one downward communication. I am giving you the examples how this communication takes place. See, first of all, downward communication. See the example in any sort of organization. We find that there is MD, managing director is there. Then after that there is general manager. Then there is manager. Then there are many supervisors, and of course many number of workers. So such sort of downward communication is there. Then we come to next, that is upward communication. Let us take the example of police department. We find that there is DGP, then after that there is additional DGP, then there is special IGP, then deputy IGP, after that there is SP, superintendent of police, then there is assistant superintendent of police, then there is PIP, police inspector, then assistant PI, then PSI, that is police sub inspector, then assistant PSI. After that we come across with head constable, then Nayak is there, and after that there is constable. In diagonal communication, we find different examples, like they are different from other types. Then occurs between people who are neither in the same department nor the same level of hierarchy. Earlier, different communication that we discussed, they were from the same department, but there is difference into the people, category of the people in diagonal communication. Then carry message from one to other department is also one of the important function of diagonal communication. Then coordination between employees, this is a diagonal communication example. And lastly, clerk, marketing executive, supervisor, accountant. So this sort of series, that is what we call diagonal communication. Then next, grapevine communication. This is interesting sort of communication. The informal pattern of communication sends information person to person is the objective of grapevine communication. Then informal chats among peers, colleagues, friends, that is also grapevine communication. Then even in the time of lunch breaks, tea breaks, get-togethers, seminars, meetings, whatever we discuss among each other, that is nothing but the fine example of grapevine communication. It has no legal standing. This is also important. Generally, grapevine communication takes place amongst groups. Then in grapevine communication, we talk on recent news, controversies, personal problems, whatever the current affair is there, that all we can cover into grapevine communication. Sometimes or many times it is used for time pass. Then after that there are various barriers in the process of communication. Let us take one by one. For example, first of all, language is there. So if two people are there, they are from different languages, they are having their own different language, then it is quite difficult to have proper communication between them. This is the fine example of barriers of communication in case of language. Then there is cultural barrier is also there. Different cultures are there into two people, then it is quite difficult to have a proper sort of communication. That is why cultural barrier is also there. Then physical barrier is there. Then psychological barrier is also there. There are many things like prejudice or alert or emotions and impatience are there. Then gender barrier is also one of the important barrier, because same gendered have a better communication, we experience many times in our life. Then status and attitude is also one of the barrier. The people are having different status, they can't communicate properly, that we experience in our daily life. Technological barrier is also there. For example, in telephone talk we can find sometimes if there is no proper line, proper network, then there is a sort of barrier in communication. So that is also technological barrier. Then social barrier is also there, we experience in the society, and semantic barrier is also there. Thank you so much friends for listening to this video. I hope that you have learned about the introduction to communication. Thank you so much once again.